All right, I want to talk about something on this video that I have spoke about on my other platform, but I want to get on YouTube and bring this to light. And that is sexual demon attachment and just how common this is and how unaware people maybe are that they got a sex demon attached to them. How do I know? Because I was attached at one time. I had a sex demon that was on me. And I want to just kind of talk about how we got here and what brings this about. First of all, we live in a time right now that everything that we see, a lot of the, I won't say everything, 85% of the things we see, 85% of the things we hear is sexually driven content, sexually driven music, sexually driven thought processes, statuses, everywhere you go. TV, we see all type of perversion. You can see any type of sex, man on man, woman on woman. You can see anything you want to see on TV now. It used to be you couldn't watch TV, regular TV, and be exposed to some of the sexually explicit or sexually driven programs that we see now. The music back in the day, yeah, it was some foul music, but you couldn't hear a lot of the sexually driven music on the radio. And a lot of times the artists, because they knew they couldn't get on the radio by having all the sexually driven explicit content, they used innuendo. They rapped, they sang in a certain vernacular that you could only understand if you were mature enough to read between the lines. It wasn't as vulgar, it wasn't as just filthy as it was for the public consumption back in the day as it is now. So as the time has, we've gotten to the modern time, and I'm gonna use this, the devil has taken our music and turned it into pervertedness and filth that is sexually driven. Now, another thing that is taking away just the fabric of our chastity in our minds is just the amount of porn that's freely at the scroll of your hand on your phone for anybody from 3 years old to 93. You can just click on your phone and see all this porn. Back in the day, you had to have a magazine or you had to have a VHS to see porn just freely like that. And you had to have time. You had to find your people and them had to be gone. You had to go in the bathroom. You had to have some time to put a VHS in. You can't, I got a VHS playing, your mama pull up, you got to hurry up and get it out of there. Now, the kid can just be right here on the phone, cut the sound off, and be scrolling in the back seat, mom and dad in the front. The devil has given us all of these avenues to keep us in our lower nature. Liquor, drugs, music, all these things add to the just the mind being in its lowest nature, being how they say at the root chakra. Everything is lust filled. A lot of our relationships are way more lust driven than they are love. A lot of the love bonds that people have are only still connected through the lust they have. The only thing these people can do and get along with is fuck. If they're not having sex, then they're not even getting along. So sex has become, we all know the act is for the sole purpose of reproduction. Yeah, it's pleasurable and pleasurable, but at the expense of the polluting of your mind and keeping you at that level of just perversion, it's taking you away from the Most High. You're not going to be able to perform at a high spiritual capacity if your mind is always on your privates, if it's always sexually driven, if it's always perversion. So a lot of people, you look at their social media, 50% of their posts is about sex. You see people's profile, before you know anything about them, you're going to know their sexual orientation. You're going to see a rainbow. They're going to be identifying sexually before they even identify themselves in the mind. They want you to know what they're looking for in the bed before you even know what kind of person they are. So a lot of people don't understand that you have to have a change in your mindset. Like, it's certain music. Man, I'm gonna tell you this right here. I'm speaking from experience, from somebody who got off the track with sex and women. People, they call me Mr. Plus Two. I didn't want just one, like I said before. I wanted two every time I laid down, or three. I got two here, two here, two here. They like, where you get them two at? I had that sex demon on me. I didn't want to do it. I didn't have a love for this, a lot of this act I was doing. I was lusting. I was vibrating at my lowest. I was so far away from God because what I was doing wasn't pleasing in the eyes of God. I was extremely hypocritical as it relates to, man, them two dudes over there, man, they over there, them punks over there kissing, man. I might want to see that shit. Turn around, I want these two women right here kissing though. I ain't okay with that gay shit, but I'm okay with the women doing the gay shit. See, I was being a hypocrite. I had that sex demon on me, filled with lust. And so I made it right because it fit my narrative and played right along off into the demon that was attached to me. And that's why I say the devil gave us all of these things, man, for the sole purpose of getting that connection you have with God, getting you to lose it and be okay. How they say, what ways can you deal with reality without going to God? You can go to drugs, you can go to alcohol, you can go to sex, you can go to, it's all kind of addictions. It's all kind of things we can latch on to keep us from having our conduit connected to God. It'll keep us living a very sinful, dark life. And coming from that space and now knowing that, hey man, I ain't, and what we say, man, I'm finna go to the club, be on demon time. We finna be on these drugs, these pills, this drink, and we finna go in there and find these hoes in there dancing with each other. They in there playing gay all night. So they are stimulating all this sexual energy towards one another. Go in there and play right along into the devil's hand. Next thing you know, you spiraling out of control, and now that's why they say in Hollywood with the stars, how you can have all these men that are rich and they don't even want to, they're not even attracted to women anymore. They get out, they done had so much ass from women. Now what gets them on is trannies. What gets them on is, let's see if I can flip this boy. I want to get this boy. And then it's a level beyond that that's controlled by the devil. Is, let me see if I can get these kids. Let me go in here and do something with these kids. Then it's another level to where they be like, let me see you in that horse. Like this is how the devil manipulates the mind. Once you start submitting to temptation and fall for these tricks, man, you'll be so far in your sexual perversion, you'll be so far away from the fabric of righteousness that you'll become okay with it until you just be like I did, be like, wait a minute, man, I done went too far, man. I'm not even satisfied. My spirit is not being satisfied by these sexual acts. I don't have any connection with these people. Now I'm just a sex object. Now I'm just getting off for the sake of lust. So, man, I just want to point out that a lot of people just walking around, they listen to all this music, they making all these statuses, everything they talk about is sexually driven. That's a demon attached to these people. And you need to, you got to go get dipped in that water or dipped in the fire. You got to get on your knees in prayer. You got to ask to be cleansed. You have to ask for that spirit to be removed. You got to pray that demon out for you. A sexual demon is just one of many, but the times we living in, it's like that's the one they push off on us the most. They want to get you perverted away from anything godly, keep you in your lower nature, keep you filled with lust, and keep you away from God. I'm out of here, y'all.